Hi, thank you for joining me on this recording I have made for you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stephanie Tai, and currently I am a business coach, but I have been a CPA for the last 20 years. And recently I realized that now is the perfect time for me to combine all my knowledge about accounting and taxes and combine it with business coaching to help my audience, people like you who are in the home-based business industry, the online marketing industry, small business owners, to help you be able to have your business set up properly so that you can maximize all the legal tax deductions you have available to you. So many business coaches are able to teach you how to make more money, but very few of them are able to teach you how to keep more of your money, and that's what I do. So I wanted to share this video with you guys to share with you 10 accounting and business tips that I've created on a PDF form. And for you to get your free copy, just send me an email and I will send that to you. And then I wanted to take you through a little test drive of the system that I use and I recommend for all of my clients. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you right here so that you can see what I'm going through here. So, okay, so hopefully you can see my screen now. So I wanted to share these accounting tips with you and go into a little bit of background. And then from there, we're going to go into the accounting system. So first tip is do not mix your business and personal income expenses. And this may sound obvious to many people, but I find that way more than half of people make this mistake. They just don't realize it's that important to keep your accounting records completely separate. And the best way to do that, the simplest, easiest way for you to keep them separate is to use completely different business checking and personal checking account and business and personal credit cards. And so what I recommend is that you open a separate business checking and a separate personal checking, and you don't mix them ever. And when you go to make charges on your business credit card, you only pay that with your funds in your business checking account. And so when you have expenses for your personal life, whether it's your family, your home, your children, whatever your personal needs are, you keep that in your personal account. And then whatever you do for your business, you run through those business credit cards and debit cards and your business checking account. And it makes your record keeping really clean, really easy, and you won't have any issues with the IRS. Now, let me give you an example of what this looks like. It's really easy to make this mistake. So let's say you're going out to coffee with a prospect or a client or even one of your business partners. Let's say it's your coach or your mentor. It's still a business meeting. So you get to deduct any purchases you make while you're there. So you get to deduct your coffee, you can buy them coffee, whatever you spend while you're in that meeting is a tax write-off. And so you need to know these little details so that you can maximize all of your deductions and keep more of your money. But a lot of people don't think when they're at a business meeting they have to train themselves to always use that business credit card. It's really easy for them to use their personal credit card or their personal debit card and not realize the impact it's going to have on them later when they go to update their bookkeeping. So really simple tip, but very powerful tip. Second tip I wanted to give you was to actually use your credit cards and debit cards more than you use cash in your business transactions, because everything that you want to be able to deduct, you want to have a record of it, and it's really hard to track any cash transactions. And so it's much, much easier on you if you charge everything to a credit card or a debit card. That way you can see it on the bank statement, and it's really easy to download those bank statements into your accounting program. So my recommendation is for business, always use a credit card or debit card. Almost never is there a circumstance where you want to use cash. I mean, let's say you're going through a bridge toll and you don't have a choice and it's cash, make sure you keep that receipt, which means me to my next tip is you always want to have receipts. So I wrote here, keep all receipts and invoices. So if you have a physical receipt, let's say that's that bridge toll that you had to pay cash for, but it's for a business trip and you get to deduct that toll charge. A really simple trick is to take a picture of it with your phone so that you can save it to your accounting software or your USB drive or both. And then if you get electronic receipts, let's say you get receipts emailed to you, which is a way a lot of companies are going now, which is wonderful because less paper for you to keep track of, right? So if they send you an electronic receipt or an electronic email, create a folder in your email inbox and manage it through that folder system, but also save it as some kind of PDF into a USB drive also, and you can also save it into your accounting program, which saves you steps later on down the road. So those are my little tips about how to keep receipts so that you're not having to constantly file papers. I've tried to help myself and my clients go into this electronic and paperless systems so that you don't have to be looking for all these papers during either tax time or time when you're trying to find out the status and the health of your business. So next tip number 4 is to track your auto mileage for your business, which means you're gonna have to track it for your personal too. But what some people do is they mark down the mileage at the beginning of the year and the end of the year, and they kind of know the total miles, and then they just track the business miles, and then they can subtract the difference between the personal and the business. Because when you go to file your taxes, they're going to ask you what percentage was personal and business, and if you have good records of where you traveled to and what the purpose was, you will be able to deduct those miles that you traveled for business, which is another great deduction that only is deductible for businesses, not for personal use. Okay, my 5th tip here, again, another simple tip that most people don't do, is to use a separate calendar just for your business transactions, so that when it comes to record keeping, you have everything in one place in a business calendar. Now, my calendar is mostly digital for all of my life. I have a master calendar for my personal and my business stuff that I keep on that digital calendar. But then I also have a paper calendar specific for my business transactions, just to keep track of appointments and meetings and travel, training, and events, so that I have it all in one place. It's super easy to just refer back to and see at a really high level, not details, but high level, where I was and what I was doing on those dates. And so again, it supports all the business activities you're doing, so that it supports all your business records, because if you get audited, that's what one of the things they're going to ask you is for support and proof of your business activities. My tip number 6. Okay, so this is not an all-inclusive list, but these are common business deductions that are not available for you to take on your personal taxes. So these deductions include things like advertising, which a lot of online marketers are doing for their business. They're doing Facebook ads. So that's all a tax deduction. So you want to make sure you're keeping track of that. Again, use your business credit card and have that invoice go there so that you can substantiate that deduction. So advertising is deductible, auto expenses, accounting fees. So if you have a CPA or tax professional, a bookkeeper, all of those are tax deductions that are specific for your business. Again, tax preparation fees are also a tax deduction. Banking fees. Let's say you are at an institution that charges you a monthly fee. That is a tax deduction for your business. Some business accounts require a monthly fee. I recommend you find a bank that doesn't have a monthly fee. Also, training and education fees are tax deductions for your business, not personal, but for your business. Training and education, continuing education, those type of things are tax deductible. Also, your travel and your meals and entertainment, so your hotel, your airfare, the food you eat en route and at your event, those are all tax deductions that you would not be able to take on your personal taxes, but you are able to take them in your business if you document and substantiate that there is a business purpose for that travel and meals and entertainment. Also, office supplies and office equipment, those are taxable deductions. There's a lot of changes going on right now with the tax law. So you want to make sure that you are correctly documenting everything so that you can take that as a business deduction. So you have a printer, your computer, a tablet, a cell phone, a landline phone. All of those things can be tax deductions if they're properly accounted for. Also, some utilities are even deductible depending upon what type of legal entity you are, and if you're a home-based business, if you have it properly structured and documented, you can even deduct some of your utilities. So, like I said, that's not all the list, but those are the majors that most businesses deduct. There's a lot more, but we can go into that more if you choose to do any coaching. My 7th tip, let me scroll this up here, is for you to use a bookkeeping software program, and I highly recommend QuickBooks Online, also known as QBO, and it is the #1 recommended accounting program by all accountants. There's other programs out there, but this is the #1 recommended. I personally use it for my records and all of my clients. It's very easy to use, and it will help you stay organized so that you always know your income and expenses, which is what all business owners need to know at all times. Number 8 is QuickBooks actually, not only is it easy to use, but it saves you time because they've designed it so that it automatically connects with your banking and your credit card transactions, and it will put them in the software program automatically if you set it up that way, so that you don't have to manually enter those transactions. That's a huge time saver, because in the past you would have to manually enter them in each transaction at a time, and now technology has allowed it to sync to your bank and match everything in there. And then also the software is really, it's called artificial intelligence. It's able to determine based upon your past transactions what your current transactions are, and so it can actually learn what your spending and income habits are so that it can determine what you're doing, and so it saves you even more time from having to make corrections in the accounting system. The 10th tip I have is for me to help you keep more of what you earn, and that is by me helping you properly set up your QBO program so that it's specific to your business industry, your business niche, that all of the taxable deductions and expenses and categories are unique to you and your business, so that you won't miss any deductions when it comes time to be doing your taxes. Also, the program I'm going to show you in a moment is really easy to see visually what your income and expenses are, and it helps you to just always see what your profitability is, which is really important for, as a business owner, you need to know where your numbers are, but you don't want to be a full-time accountant. You just want to know what the numbers are. And then my bonus tip here is that as soon as you have the funds available, I highly recommend that you set up a legal entity like a corporation or an LLC instead of operating as a sole proprietor, which most home-based business owners start off doing. And then you would move and transfer all your records to being one of those legal entities, because you get more deductions in those types of legal entities. The tax law is geared to give corporations and partnerships and LLCs more tax deductions than a sole proprietor. And so that's something that you'll want to talk specifically with your tax professional to find out which legal entity is best for you. So those are my tips I wanted to share with you right now in this video. And then I wanted to actually take you into a little preview of the QuickBooks Online program so that you can see a little bit about how it works, because they've really updated this program. I'm so impressed with it. I've been using this QuickBooks desktop version for 20 years, and then I learned about the online version about 2 years ago, and helped some of my clients use that and have seen a lot of really good benefits with it. So this program really does help you keep more of what you earn, because you are able to know what's going on with your business at any point in time. It's really easy to use. Also, like I mentioned before, you get more time to spend managing your business instead of managing your accounting, because this program automatically will connect to your bank, and it will make recommendations of what those transactions are, so that you can quickly review the transactions and see exactly what's going on in the health of your business. So really great program, and the organization of the system is exactly what you need to run your business. So let me go ahead and switch over here so that you can see what it looks like behind the scenes. And they do have different pricing and plans available. It's very affordable. They have, let me show you really fast. They have, I think it depends on what promos they have going on right now. It ranges anywhere from $5 if you get the promo up to $25 or $50. So I will be able to help make recommendations for you to know which one you need to be set up on, because a lot of people don't know what they need. Even looking at the checklist, they don't know what they need. And so because I've used all of these versions, I can go in and tell you, based upon your business and how many transactions you have and what type of transactions you have, which one you need. And many home-based business owners really only need the basic version, which is like either $5 or $10 a month. So very affordable programs. All right, now I want to show you, here is the behind the scenes of a sample company. It's just a sample company in here, and they've set it up so that you can take a quick peek at this. So this is what it looks like when you log in to the QuickBooks Online. They have this dashboard here, and then they give you a quick snapshot of your invoices, the major expenses. You can modify this so that it shows you which time period. You can see last month, you can see this month, however you want to see it, because today I'm recording this on January 2nd, it's showing $34 in the example account. So last month has more data in it. But it also gives you a quick snapshot for profit and loss. So if you could see here last month, you could see last quarter, you can see last year. So it will be specific to you and your business, and how what has transpired in your business for the year. But I like this program because on the dashboard it shows you all of this in a quick snapshot, and then on the right here it shows you the sample bank accounts you have set up. So you may have more or less bank accounts. You should have at least one checking and at least one credit card minimum. If you have more, then good for you. So it's really nice, because if you were to go into these bank accounts here, my internet's a little slow, so we'll see if it works on this recording. It's really nice because it automatically will update it for you, and some of the institutions do it automatically, some of them don't. And so if it doesn't, you just click on this update button and it automatically updates it for you. So what it's doing is it's bringing in, it says 7 transactions right here. It's bringing in these transactions. It says it recognized 3 of those transactions. So you can see here in green, it said there's 2 similar records found, and it will match it to the record in your books. And then here it says there's 1 similar record found, it matched it here. And so it's learning how you spend and what your income is, and based upon the things you've done in the past, it will make recommendations. So it's really nice because like these 2 here, it says uncategorized expense. It doesn't know what you bought at Amazon, which you could buy all kinds of things at Amazon. So that's accurate. You don't know. But over here, let's see, this says Bob's Burger Joint for a credit card expense, and it matched that. So it's nice because the program figures out what you typically do and makes recommendations. Here in the checking account, you can see it updated 25 records and it recognized 4, which means it's going to make, 14, it means it's going to make recommendations for 14 of those transactions. These it doesn't know, so it wants you to go in and add which expense account it goes to, which only takes a minute to do. So when you see these green sections here, it will make recommendations for what it's matching it to. And so it does that on all of the banking records. You can see down here, again, it did not know what this is. It looks like it's probably a gas station, and so, but it doesn't know that. And so you can go in and identify what this $185 charge is. Again, this is just a sample account. So it does that on all the banking accounts. And then on the savings, it was a deposit. And so it would record that as a deposit received and match it to your records. So it's really nice because that feature saves you a lot of time when you're going to record all your transactions. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you right now is that the reports section here, I typically will look at the balance sheet to find out the cash flow, because that's something you always want to be aware of, is where your cash flow is at. So you want to be seeing your checking account balance, and you also want to know your liabilities if you have any credit cards outstanding or any loans due. So that's what I look at on the balance sheet account. And then if you go click on this button here, it says back to report list. You can click on the profit and loss statement. These are the 2 reports I look at regularly. Depending upon how frequent you update your accounting records, you may do it weekly, monthly, or quarterly. So here, this obviously is defaults to today's date. So I want to see last month. This is this month. So I'm going to change this to last month, and then click on Run Report. And it's going to show me for the month of December, this was the income and discounts. And again, this is just a sample company, and so it has nothing to do with you. And when I do our coaching appointment, we will talk about what accounts are specific to you in your business. And that's why this is going to be tailored specifically for you to help you get set up quickly, because I know exactly what needs to be done, and I know the fastest way to get you set up properly so that you don't have to come in here and learn everything. They have great tutorials. The program's very user-friendly, but by hiring a business coach like me who understands QuickBooks and taxes, you're going to get results much, much faster instead of you trying to have to figure it all out on your own. And then you can see here, when you get down to the bottom of the report, it gives you your net income after expenses, and that's the number you want to see, what you're earning on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis. So I just wanted to give you guys that really quick review of how this program works. The other feature that I will customize with you is your chart of accounts. And so they usually have a default in here, And then I'm going to go through and make sure that it's very specific to your industry and your niche to make sure that you're maximizing all the tax deductions you have available for you. So let me go ahead and come back over here and show you. So I wanted to close this out with letting you know that I am booking coaching sessions right now for anybody who needs help setting up their business right now to make sure that you are set up properly, so that make sure that you have the right deduction set up and that you have the right systems in place to help you stay organized and help you to record all your transactions so that you can focus on your business and on your clients and on getting results. So if that's something you're ready to get started now, reply to this, reach out to me however you know how to get a hold of me, whether it's on an email or on social media. I'm sure you have my contact information. So just let me know what's the best way to reach you so that we can book a coaching session and find out what you need to do to get set up properly, because I really want to make sure that you are creating really good habits as you go into a new year, and also make sure that if you have any mistakes in the prior year that we get that corrected right away. The longer we wait, the more difficult it is to fix. So I hope that information was really helpful for you as you're looking at better ways to manage your business to make sure that you're set up properly so that you can keep more of the money that you are earning. So let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to talking with you soon, and I hope that you found this valuable. So take care. Bye-bye.